Someone had to make a saw cut right then. 3 steps forward and 2 steps back. Hello, this is Tim. I hope he measured 3 times and only had to cut twice there. But it fits with 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. Hi, I'm Tim, founder of the Online Entrepreneur Academy, and together we're building your ultimate freedom business. Hopefully the saw cuts will be complete now. That just started as soon as I pushed the live button. We're gonna wrap this up short, sweet, and quick because it's a little bit drizzly. And this is about how life is this way. This is about how the dance of life so often has us dancing 3 steps forward, and then we have to take those 2 steps back, and it can feel like we're falling backwards. It can feel like we're making no progress at all. And it correlates with another thing I'd like to introduce you to. Oh, back in the days of reading and writing about Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and the wonderful progression, you know, of manifestation. Years later, right, the law of attraction builds upon these same fundamentals. And it's very similar to our dance of 3 steps forward, 2 steps back in my experience. Because this idea of action, hustling, taking action, massive action, needs a couple steps back. At least it has for me. And I'm gonna propose that if you're here listening to me, it's very likely that this is the case for you as well. Action is not the first step. Desire might not even be the first step. For me, it is, as we introduced yesterday, discussing being. It's in one word: acceptance. First is to have to. You might call it the 0 step, or the first step is to accept, right? I had to accept the saw cuts. I had to accept that it wants to start raining right now. I have to accept that there's people you can't see behind the camera that are a wonderful distraction to me right now. What is what is, and what will be is what will be. And our ability to be with that, number 1. Number 2, to accept it, especially as it's evolving and changing. Our ability to ongoingly accept it again and again and again is key. At least it has been for me. If I can't accept the circumstances, if I can't accept the current state of my marketing. Hello, Linda. It's great to have you joining in here. Saying hello from Risør, Norway. There'll be a wonderful wooden boat festival here in, I think it's next weekend. Not this weekend, but the one after. All wooden boats from all over Norway and even parts of Europe will come here and fill the harbor with the classic sailing ships. So I'll continue here to share with you that acceptance is the beginning of anything, especially marketing, especially building a business online. Hello, Greg. Good of you to join us. What comes after acceptance? Our ability to simply be with the circumstances we find ourselves in, and definitely the things that want to come and trip us up, that want to challenge us, the weeds in the garden. Intention. So we haven't even taken action yet, right? We haven't implemented those old rules of Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Rich. We're going to start with a simple step of acceptance. Number 2, once we've settled in to whatever our circumstances are, whatever's going on at that point in time, number 2 is to have an intention, not to take action yet, but simply to choose that direction, right? To navigate a chosen course. We have not started yet on that course. So to me, this is step 1, acceptance. Step 2 is intention, being very clear about my route, about the destination, about knowing when I've arrived. What does it mean that I've accomplished whatever I'm intending to accomplish? What is the end game? What does it look like? Who am I when I have arrived? What are the circumstances when my intention is fulfilled or manifested and complete? These 2 steps for me have taken years to get clear about, because in place of taking those very clear first two steps. I've been busy hustling and trying to do things and trying to make things happen. And that is the third step. It completes a nice triangle, a very strong, solid shape, even a great reference to navigation and plotting one's exact location with 3 points of reference. So I just propose to you to consider, before you take action, have you truly accepted your starting point and all of the circumstances around you, which are the ingredients that you are blessed to work with, even if you don't want them? The only way I've found to get past all those interruptions and distractions and things I definitely don't want is to first accept them. Number two, find out if they are part of what I'm intending or if I need to steer around them like an obstacle course. But I haven't even started yet, because then once those two things are clear, I can take the third step. And that is literally a step, right? It's an action. It puts in motion my intention. And we're going to build upon this, but truly this has been enough for me to accomplish and manifest wonderful things. So we're going to emphasize it for quite some time, how we're going to triangulate. And this is key in multiple ways. Being able to triangulate not only where we find ourselves, like these ships behind me, navigating, but where we find ourselves even with our own soul, where we find ourselves personally, professionally, where we're finding ourselves in our surroundings. And tomorrow I'll be back. It's supposed to be sunny tomorrow, so we'll get out of the rain here soon before my phone gets soaking wet, which it's starting to do. And we'll continue with building upon the strength of this triangle. So just to recap it, accept. Really ask yourself and consider what it means to accept before you take any action, to be able to be. Shakespeare had it, right? To be or not to be. This to me is acceptance. Number two, are you crystal clear about your intention? And if not, what can you do to bring that clarity to your intention? And then number three, what is the first step, right? What is that first action that will take you along that intended course to your intended destination? I'd appreciate any questions, any comments. And thank you guys, Linda and Greg, for swinging in and stopping by here. We're going to wrap it up because the rain keeps coming. I'm going to have to save my phone from the wet here. Together, we overcome. We'll continue this live stream tomorrow. Hope you'll join us then.